Leader says Turkey opposes letting Finland, Sweden join NATO.
Here's a summary of the article.
Helsinki. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan said Friday that his country is not favorable toward Finland and Sweden joining NATO, indicating Turkey could use its membership in the Western military alliance to veto moves to admit the two countries. Public opinion in the two countries quickly started to shift toward favoring NATO membership after Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24. Should the two countries proceed on that path, it would represent a blow to Russia since President Vladimir Putin cited NATO's expansion near Russian territory as one of his justifications for invading Ukraine. The White House said in a statement that Biden underscored his support for NATO's open door policy and for the right of Finland and Sweden to decide their own future, foreign policy and security arrangements. President Niinisto went through Finland's next steps toward NATO membership. President Niinisto told that Finland deeply appreciates all the necessary support from the U.S., the office said in a brief statement. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said Friday that Washington is working to clarify Turkey's position, and believes there is broad support among NATO members for Finland and Sweden to join the alliance. The top American diplomat for Europe, Karen Donfried, told reporters ahead of Blinken's trip that the United States remains supportive of Finland and Sweden's prospective NATO membership bids. The report did not include a recommendation on whether or not Sweden should try to join NATO. But it pointed to NATO membership carrying a number of advantages for Sweden, above all the collective security provided by the 30-member military alliance.
This post received a score of 6,200, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
My interpretation of his statement is completely different. Not favorable? To me means he wants concessions from Finland and Sweden before they can join NATO. I'd be more worried about Hungary eventually vetoing it when the Russian sleeper agent sees that it has no other option but to activate.
That was my stance too until I remembered that Sweden are Hungary's biggest arms supplier.
I doubt Turkey would actually veto either country joining. Turkey and the UK recently 2019 signed a military cooperation agreement. Turkey also buys a fair amount of hardware from the UK and US. It can't afford to lose support from either country, especially now as Russia has combat-ready naval assets in the Black Sea and Sea of Azov. It might not love the idea of Finland and Sweden joining, but I doubt it would risk military support over it.
Sweden has active arms embargo deals to Turkey. These issues will be ironed out.
The fundamental weakness of modern frameworks like the EU and NATO is that they require countries to be democracies to enter, but have no protocol against democratic backsliding.
Turkey is useful for NATO due to its geography, not the democracy status.
Redditors are so clueless. NATO has indeed never been about democracy.
Portugal under the Salazar dictatorship was founding member of NATO as well. The AOs are very strategically important.
It's not a refusal, it's a negotiation.
This guy Turks.
The negotiations kept Turkey out of World War II and both Gulf Wars, and prevented a Soviet invasion of Turkey during the Cold War. It is a good idea to play your cards well. If Ukraine didn't give up its nukes in the 90s, not gonna dive into the circumstances, this is just a what if, there would be no Russian invasion today.
He wants the PKK members in Sweden and Finland to be returned to Turkey as PKK is Turkey's own security issue. PKK is an internationally recognized terror organization.
And this time even Erdogan haters support this approach.
As a Turk who hates Erdogan, this time he is right.
I'm sure some kind of deal could be negotiated. Whether it's extradition of suspected terrorists or ending support for various groups connected to PKK.
TBH, nobody should support globally recognized terrorist organizations under any circumstance in any way, but still, here we are. PKK massacred entire villages and have no problem with killing women and children, and Russia is no different. I guess as long as it's not your people dying, it doesn't matter much. Literally one of the loud commenters on this thread has been talking about Turkey killing innocent Kurds. Those innocent Kurds have been massacring Turks and, primarily, Kurds for decades. PKK, YPG does not represent Kurdish people. Either they are propaganda bots or incredibly stupid.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.